Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios on this 12.19.2025. Current time is 05:52 a.m. Yes, we are early for a change. We are early. And um, it's 5:52 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Uh, this Friday morning, thank God it's Friday, and we made it to the weekend. The weekend's here. I'm starting early because this is going to probably be about an hour and a half show because I've got an appointment here this morning, and so I figure I'd start early and get it going here but I'm Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich, wishing you all a good morning here. And hashtag positive start today, hashtag PSTTD with the morning coffee, which is tasting mighty fine here. You can follow me over on X at Fireman Rich. That's my mainstay. All the other ones, just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. And we have Tina, our Jersey girl, in the good morning, Tina. Yes, we were up early this morning here. Good morning to you. And what's this? I was just setting up my coffee and the electric one. We got storms coming through. I saw on the radar here. As far as that goes, Tony D, salute to you, my friend. Good morning to the missus. The missus says good morning to you as well as to you, Tina. Just to let you know, she's getting the habit now. I say I'm going live, and she says, "Oh, say good morning to everybody." But salute to you, my friend. Positive start, PSTTD, positive start to the day. And Tony saying hi to Tina on the Twitch side. Tina replying back on Twitch, back to Tony. Good morning to Tony. And Tony is giving me the salute there on YouTube. And that would mean, let me check the Facebook here. He placed the happy salute smile on Facebook. Yep, there it is. And I just like that, Tony. Thank you very much. And we're also over there on Kick. Let's see who we have over there. Nobody on Kick as of yet, but we are on a network of 7 channels, as you can see over here as I present the channels for the network of the Fireman Rich broadcast. And we have 3 on Rumble, 1 on Locals, 1 on YouTube, 4 on Twitch, 1 on Facebook. Okay, that must be, we got a Facebook person. What do we got on Facebook? Is it still there? No, that must have been Tony because that lingers. And we have 2 on X right now. I'm monitoring that on the tablet, and this is a Kick right here. Kick and X and Facebook. The comments do not come in. So, but I'm monitoring the comments here, and we're getting started. Like I said, this is going to be about a little over an hour show. I'm gonna I want to get it in, okay, and I have time, so I started early. I made it a point, but I have an appointment, like I said, this morning, and so I got to get ready and all that sort of stuff and whatnot. So, but we are off and running here, and Tina says yes, it's windy, rainy here. Okay, yeah, we got the missus just before she had she has the TV on, and we're seeing the storms coming in, the pending storms, and they're probably already here. It's dark out. But let's see. Currently here in the southern tier, you won't believe the temperature. I had to look like that's for wow. We went up the degree, but we started out at 52. Now we're at 53. That's the warmest it's been freaking all month, I think, as far as it goes. 53 degrees. So there's not going to be no snowstorms today. It's going to be all rain here for the next couple hours. 53 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 11 degrees Celsius. And that's warm. It's warm. It's warm up here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Let me see, Tina. Yeah, it looks like it's warm down there. And Tony, and even down Tina, I got their temperatures and conditions where they're at here for the weather. And it looks like it's almost like a spring day today or this morning right now with the temperature. But we're going to have we got a wind advisory going into effect still. Heavy rain early, then remaining clouds with showers and wind conditions developing for the afternoon. thunder possible. Morning high of 52. We're already at the high right now. 50. Well, we're at 53 right now, with temperatures falling sharply to the near 25s. Winds west by southwest. I think the rain's coming up from the south, so that's when we're getting the warm weather. Uh, the west southwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Wow. No, the grass is blowing where it's about like 5 to 10 right now, and chance of rain is 100%. Did I see any rain out there? There's no rain on the windows, so it hasn't hit us yet. Sun will be rising this morning at 0730, which is in about an hour and 33 minutes. It's it'll start getting a little light out here in a little bit as far as that goes. And sun will be setting at 4:37 p.m. Earlier today, as far as that goes. And we have somebody over on the YouTube side here. Let me see who this is. Oh, okay. We have somebody on the. I'll mention it real quick and stuff like that because it was news yesterday, and we have a chatter over on YouTube at BF-B BEEE. God bless Greg Biffle and family. Yeah, he passed away yesterday in the airplane crash down south there, and as far as that goes, and NASCAR driver Greg Biffle family perished in an airplane crash down there in I think it was North Carolina, a plane crash, and he's a former NASCAR driver. And what can you say about that? I've been on some plane crash. I'm a retired Air Force aircraft rescue and firefighter, and these incidents they happen. I guess the plane was, from what I've been talked yesterday. Also, I went to a gathering of my former people that I worked with, and my former manager and project manager, we talked about it, and I guess the aircraft was returning on to the airport because of engine problems, so reportedly and stuff. It's going to be investigated, but I was looking at the video yesterday, shortly after it was being reported, and there was nothing. You just saw an engine, so that would almost mean it was, I don't know, just a tragedy. So yes, God bless and Godspeed to the Greg Biffle and his family who perished, and also the two. I think it was two pilot and co-pilot on the aircraft. I guess it was an executive type style Learjet of some sort. So that was in the news yesterday, and that's tragic as far as that goes. So thank you at BR-B on the YouTubes there. Thank you very much. Let's see if I get my YouTube up here. Where's that? I gotta bring. That just reminded me to bring my YouTube up to have it here. Let's see. And there's the comments. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. As far as that's pretty tragic as far as that goes. So okay, but yesterday was a pretty good day for the most part. It was nice and stuff. It was colder, a lot colder than it is now. But the big thing yesterday, I ended up meeting up with the people I worked with, and sort of a Christmas party. Have a few drinks and have a little food there at the local pub, and converse. I had seen some of the guys I hadn't seen. The one guy I worked with. He retired over a year ago, and that was the last time I saw him. So it was good seeing him, and it's a good gathering as far as I look forward to this type of gathering, and just to catch up on some of the guys and the changes that are going on at the old job site, and they're doing good. It was good to hear. It was good to interface with them and cross with them and discuss things with them. And it was a good time. So that was the big highlight yesterday as far as that goes. And wish him a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and stuff. As far as with all this the garbage going on, you try and keep in that perspective, I guess, and such. So there's our weather. The weather was nicer yesterday. I guess it's going to be a little wet and rainy today, but we could use that. It'll melt all the rest of the snow. I love the temperature. Okay, bring the rain if the temperature's a lot warmer than it has been. So I almost feel like I don't really need this because it's warm here in the house. What is it? 68 in the house, but it's 53 degrees out in the outside. The monitor attaches to the via Wi-Fi to the or Bluetooth to the clock here, and the atomic uh, clock, I should say. Our world times and temperatures, though, as I speak, at 1:02 a.m. in Honolulu, Hawaii, we have clear skies, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona, 4:03 a.m., clear skies, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. In Chicago, Illinois, at 5:03 a.m., the windy city of Chicago, cloudy skies there in Chicago, 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh. Down in New York City, the concrete jungle, it's a warm 54 degrees Fahrenheit. So they got the same temperature. Well, we're at 53, they're at 54. At 6:03 a.m. It's 6:03 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside, as I like to say. But raining down in the city. Down in central New Jersey, Tina is letting us know that it's going to be a warm 59 degrees down there in central New Jersey, and a low of 23. I say so that's probably where it's going to go after the rain comes through, and we start getting those northerly winds there. The Arctic chill comes back. So that's in central New Jersey. Down in Warner Robins, Georgia, Tony is letting us know over on the Rumble side. No, that's Salute. No, we got to go. Oh, he has it on the Twitch side. 57 degrees Fahrenheit currently there down in Warner Robins, Georgia, and 39 for the low. Or no, 64 for the high, 39 degrees Fahrenheit for the low. And going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, to London, UK. It's a sunny day in the UK at 11:04 a.m., 50 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, mangia. It's 12:04 and it's lunchtime in Milan. The start of lunchtime. That's because we're early. Usually we're about we usually at 12:30 or 12:45 Italian time, but it's 12:05 p.m. in Italy, and Milan, beautiful city. And it looks like we have rain or a mixture of rain and snow there. No, it has to be rain at 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Rain at 52 degrees Fahrenheit in Milan. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 7:05 p.m. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And it's 79 degrees Fahrenheit at 7:05 p.m. in the early evening. Tokyo, Japan at 8:05 p.m. Cloudy skies in Tokyo, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent and great country of Australia, and great friend and ally Australia is in Melbourne at 10:05 p.m. Cloudy skies, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And to the east of Melbourne in Sydney, Australia at 10:06 p.m. currently now in their evenings. Cloudy skies, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are world times and temperatures as I speak. So they're going into their summer. We're getting ready to go into our winter because it turns winter this Sunday. This Sunday. And let's see, for the National Day, we have quite a few. We have National Underdog Day. That's a person that is not is an underdog. And let's see, we have National Hard Candy. Hard candy on Christmas time. I used to like it as a kid. I don't know. I'm not too much into the hard candy because of the teeth. You get older, your teeth will get a little brittle as far as that goes. National Oatmeal Muffin Day. There we go. You hear that one? National Oatmeal Muffin Day. So that the missus has been baking here lately. That could. We're gonna go with this one. I like this one. We're gonna go with National. What is it? I gotta put this over here. National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. Christmas is next week, so we don't have any of those. I thought I have one that I could buy, but it costs too much. I to spend that amount of money to and that seems to be the thing, to buy an ugly sweater. But we're gonna go with National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. Do you have any family members that when they visit you on Christmas they have an ugly sweater? It's like it's like a thing there, I guess. Since 2001, National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day has grown to be international event, not occurring on now occurring on the third Friday of December. The celebration gives the holiday lovers worldwide a chance to wear their ugly Christmas sweater. Hashtag Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. This is a fun one. I like this one. Each year, ugly Christmas sweater wearers decorate, shop, and do their darndest to out ugly last year's ugly sweater. Okay, so that's what it's all about. Whether they sport the most lights or colors, bells, or characters, ugly sweater wearers find the most ribbon and felt laden sweaters and with glitter so blinding no dustbuster invention will capture the wave left behind. The sweaters serve as a beacon of light so bright Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer himself will somehow be out of a job. So um but however, don't be sad. So often, Rudolph is featured on so many sweaters. Elves, donkeys, snowmen, and many other holiday characters we love and adore find their way to these ugly monstrosities. It's all part of the fascination with the holiday. So join in the fun and put on your Christmas ugly sweater. And they wear them at Lowe's. Okay. I was at Lowe's. I didn't see any when I went to Lowe's. They still wear the vest and stuff. Actually, I was talking to a veteran. He was an Air Force veteran. We were in at the same time, and he was in EOD. That's explosive ordnance disposal. That's a pretty dangerous job. And we were telling each other our old war stories and stuff like that. So I know there's Lowe's. They hire quite a few veterans and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you know what, I've been correct. I'm thinking no, there was one lady there that we see all the time that works at Lowe's. She had an ugly sweater. It didn't look that ugly though. It looked like a nice Christmas sweater. So, but you have no fashion taste. What's that? You have no fashion taste. Oh, okay. The missus says I have no fashion taste. It's something. uh House store does I don't understand that's a typo there, Tina. I don't understand that. HWR store does. Oh, house store does. Is that an ugly statement there for the ugly sweater day? Okay, let's see. Yesterday I did the audio podcast, and I actually broadcast it, doing it on Rumble only broadcast yesterday morning. I was recording the audio, but while I was doing it, I was on the Rumble yesterday. So if you're not following me on Rumble, you won't get notifications that I'm on Rumble only. I am doing Rumble only broadcasts as far her store does. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. That's good. Lots of laugh. My daughter has some. Okay. Her store, your daughter's store. Okay. I got it. I skipped over the one comment before that. They wear it low before they wear it Lowe's. You're talking about your daughter says they have some. So okay, the little typing stuff. I get cross-fingered, but we presented an article yesterday that was pertaining to that. They were going over how the Interpol, along with about 100 plus other countries, are negating the 30,000 there's 30,000 animals rescued from illegal captivity in the largest wildlife traffic raid in history. So that was a good story right there. Okay, I understand. You got no coffee. I'm nice. I'm nice. I don't. I didn't mean anything derogatory about it, Dean. I just that's okay. Sorry about the electric and stuff like that. It's just the power outage and stuff. She has no coffee, so I got to be nice. Yeah, I am nice. I'm sorry if it was construed that way. Please don't take it that way. It's like I'm just having fun. Oh God, it's all good fun. But the audio podcast, it went well yesterday. I did something. I'll probably do it again Tuesday. I'll be broadcasting live on Rumble while I'm doing it. While I record it on Audacity and then I upload it right away. And I stay on after the audio podcast while I'm uploading it. So it took about an hour. When I do it and then I finish it, I keep within 35 to 45 minutes, and then I stayed on an extra 15 minutes while I'm loading it up. I have to do a little post editing. I guess snip the ends, and then I load it up, and then I post it out on the 10 to 13, 14 different platforms that I posted out on and stuff. So that went pretty well yesterday. I enjoyed that. But this article was a very good article. Interpol recently executed the largest ever edition of its annual series of coordinating raids to dismantle criminal shipment and networks of trafficking and poaching wildlife. The people that illegally sell those rare animals they're not supposed to and stuff like that. It's called Operation Thunder. Some 30,000 animals were seized in 4,620 raids over 134 countries. And that's up 30% from last year. So there's a whole, and the picture there for the audio podcast is two guys, I guess they captured, they're turning around and they have all the evidence there. They have all the when you hear about these poaching, you say, oh, they poach the ivory and stuff. And now there looks like they're moving into timber or something, like rare timber. There's certain timbers that can't be imported to the United States. I think tiki is very controlled. Because tiki wood is very, very scarce, I guess, over there in the Pacific Rim area in Asia. Rhinoceroses horns they used to have a lot of them. Now they don't have that. And this raid right here, I think they only acquired 7 of them. So and I have had I have presented articles concerning the poachers there that they have a control on the rhinos over there in Africa, so where they can't poach. It's very hard for them to poach now. So we did that yesterday on the audio podcast at Fireman Rich over on Spotify. I'm on Spotify for creators at Fireman Rich on Spotify. We also repurpose this audio over there on Spotify. It's being recorded right now to upload after we're done. So for the folks that are listening on Spotify, thank you very much for your listen. And we're going to go right into the 100 years ago. And we're moving right along. Like I said, I want to keep this down to about under an hour and 30 minutes as far as that. We're not going to go for a long broadcast. So we're doing really good right now. Usually this is the time I'm starting, 6:15. I like that. But that's how important this broadcast is to me to get going. We have some, me and the missus, we have something we have to do at this morning about, I think it was 9:30, 10 o'clock or something like that. But we're and she says, "Are you still broadcast?" Yeah, I can get up a little early. I could do an hour broadcast and get a live stream up and stuff like that. So, okay, we're gonna do 100 years ago with Roger Luther, the Broome County historian, and over there on Fox 40. I have no affiliation with Fox 40. And I'm only going to say it once. I'm not going to go through the whole list. I'm going to present some news web pages here. I have no affiliation with any of the web pages that I present on this broadcast. I don't work for them. I don't have any association. I'm just a consumer of their web pages. And I actually show news like 100 years ago. It talks about what the history was 100 years ago here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And the other local news web pages, there are articles of the community to show you where I live and what's been going on here and stuff like that. So no, full disclosure, I'm not going to say, there's a bunch of them and stuff. If you've been here a while, you know what the deal is. Okay, 100 years ago, which is always a live stream, a stream favorite here. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Here's the young lady. Oh, where's she? Okay, there she is. And let me drop my camera and we'll go ahead and show her and see what Roger Luther has to say. Here we go.
Tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. Two men posing as prohibition agents during a robbery. Broome County historian Roger Luther has this story and more in tonight's 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, a chorus of more than 1,000 pupils in Binghamton's public schools will sing in the annual program of Christmas carols, to be held in the auditorium of the Central High School next Tuesday night. Binghamton's chief of police warns Christmas shoppers to watch out for pickpockets while mingling with the crowds of holiday shoppers. Police are searching for two masked bandits who held up and robbed at gunpoint several people at a cafe in the First Ward last night. Bandits walked into the place posing as federal prohibition raiders and escaped with about $700 in cash and 3 watches. And finally, fire broke out last night in the basement of the People's Theater at 168 Water Street. After the fire was discovered, the theater audience continued to watch the movie while firemen arrived and put it out. That was the news, December 17th, 1925.
The fire is going on and they're still watching the movie. Oh my God. What's going on there, folks? What is going on there? Oh my God. Please, 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 please. That's funny. Oh, what do we got here? I got what happened there? That stopped 7 minutes ago. That is so funny as far as it goes. What is it? So there's Roger Luther. They had a fire, and being an ex-firefighter, former firefighter, that's not good when you come up and there's smoke and there's fire, but you discover the theater audience continuing to watch the movie. And they didn't say what movie while the fire arrived and put the fire out. You know, that's so funny. That's something like out of a movie or something like that. Yeah, a lot. That is funny, Tina. That is funny. Lots of laughs there on that one. But let's see. What else we got? Let me get to this here. And then police seized 2 masked bandits who held up the robber at gunpoint at a cafe in the First Ward. The bandits walked into the place posing as federal prohibition raiders, because there was prohibition. You couldn't have any alcohol, but they robbed the place, escaped and robbed the place for $700 in cash and 3 watches. Of course, prohibition wasn't repealed until 1933, so that was 8 years later after. So 1925, prohibition was still going on. And you got to watch out Christmas time in Binghamton with those pickpocketers who will mingle around the crowds at holidays. I guess they had a lot of crowds back then. And then what was the first one? A chorus of more than 100,000 pupils in Binghamton's public schools were singing the annual program Christmas Carol. Can you imagine listening to 1,000 students singing at once? And this was held in the auditorium of the Central High School. Was next Tuesday, 100 years ago. So there's 100 years ago. And we thank Roger Luther as well as Fox 40 for that, and appreciate that. And let's see, we have, fix my hair here. The freaking haircut's driving me bad today. I think they didn't make my bangs even and stuff. It looks a little off kilter. Anyway, let me mess it up a little bit. There we go. That's better. Let's see here. In other history, in 1932, the BBC World Service began broadcasting as the BBC's Empire Service. They're not as good as what they used to be. They're just like they're just like the mainstream media and stuff like that. It's the same garbage in, garbage out. as far as that goes. In 1732, Ben Franklin began publishing Poor Richard's Almanac, as far as that goes. And then in 1917, the first game of the National Hockey League was played, where 4 teams in total, all based in Canada, since the league has grown to include 31 teams across North America in 1917. And the first personal computer went on sale in the U.S. as a DIY kit for $397. And it's the Altar 8800, sales of which exceeded the expectation. That was back in 1974, the first personal computer. Wayne Gretzky became, in 1984, at age 23, became the 18th and youngest player in the NHL history to score more than 1,000 points. And 2003, Liberty announced an end to its weapons of mass destruction program. And I guess they did have weapons that could do a lot of damage there. They didn't have the atomic bomb or anything. They had when they talk about mass destruction, that includes chemical weapons as far as it goes. In 1777, during the American Revolution War, General George Washington led his army of more than 12,000 soldiers to Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, to camp for the winter. I think during that time they crossed the Delaware and went into Trenton and surprised the Hessian troops that were fighting for the British Empire. And let's see. In 1960, fire broke out on the hangar deck of the nearly completed aircraft carrier USS Constitution at the New York Naval Yards, and 50 civilians perished in that fire. 1972, Apollo 17 splashed down into the Pacific, concluding the Apollo program of the crew lunar landings. And that in 1972, I was at my grandparents when that mission was going on, because I remember watching it on the my grandfather, it was neat. He had a little portable black and white TV, and while I was having breakfast, you could watch it and stuff. He was really into that stuff there. I remember watching that. That was the final. It almost became like it was a regular thing going up to the moon back then. And we haven't been back up there since. That was the last mission, Apollo 17. And okay, so there's our history. And we are not going to take a break because while I don't know if you didn't see me, because while Roger Luther was talking, I took the teas off and I went over. I already got my second cup of coffee. We're not going to do a break here, folks. I'm going to go ahead and proceed through the program as far as that goes, and just continue through to get the program going. So, which is good. This is good. We're moving right along, and sort of a sped up type of double J's. Here we go. Very sneaky. Thanks for listening. I got to be honest. Full disclosure. I snuck over. When I do that, I put my headsets down, but I turn the volume up, and I can still hear Roger Luther talking. So, and good morning, Double J's. You're being sneaky. Did you say good morning this morning? I didn't see You're being sneaky. You talk about being sneaky, my friend. Look at that. Very sneaky. Thanks for letting us know. You just pop in saying that me being sneaky. You don't even say good morning. Good morning, Double J's. Coming. Well, you're at Grant. Okay, I take that back, because you are at an undisclosed location. So giving us the comment from an undisclosed location. That's good. Good morning, Double J's and stuff like that. See, the Double J's is here. Let's go ahead and do the world times and temperatures for India. In Double J's home country of India, in New Delhi at 4:56 p.m., it's cloudy skies with a little sun, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and down in Mumbai, India at 4:56 p.m. in their late afternoon, 84 degrees Fahrenheit and cloudy skies, my friend, and stuff. Let's see. No, I didn't. Sometimes I know you. I know that, Double J's. I'm just playing with you. I'm just kidding. You're fine. I know that as far as that goes. I appreciate you but you called me out, which is cool. I like that. To have some fun with it. I only comment when I feel a need to. Otherwise, ears only. Yeah, okay. Open mouth shut. Yeah, gotcha. And Tina say, see, Tina, she now that she knows you're there, she can give you a proper good morning and in the chat there. And Double J saying hello, madam. That was a good. That was a good comment though. You called me out. That's good. I like that. That's you did what? You left the broadcast without letting us know? But I hope all is well down there or where you're at, Double Jace. And again, always good to see you here, especially at the end of the week and stuff like that. Let's see. We're gonna go right into our. Let's see. We're doing pretty good. We're gonna go right into our news things. Again, these web pages, like I said, I have no affiliation with, and so let's see what the news is on Fox 40, if we have anything. Sneak visit after school. Sweethearts Heroes bring powerful message of hope after. No, we won't do that one. Okay, what do we have? One rescued during house fire in Binghamton Thursday morning. Ooh, let's see what this one's about. This is a house fire that happened yesterday. Yeah, okay, just a minute. Fox 40 always does that. It just um let's see. Did I Yeah, and Double J says hi to Tina. I don't know if I put that up there, so I'm going to put it up again there. So, okay, let's go ahead and bring this one up. Let's see, no, that's still on 100 years ago. We want it on this one. Okay, there we go. So there was a house fire yesterday. Let's check it out. One rescued during a house fire in Binghamton, New York. That's in the next county over. And let's see what they have on this report.
One person was rescued from a home on Highland Avenue after an early morning house fire this morning. The Binghamton Fire Department says firefighters responded to 8 Highland Avenue for a report of a working house fire with entrapment around 4:30 this morning. Most occupants were able to get out on their own. However, one male was trapped on the second floor and he was later rescued. He was taken to Wilson Hospital. There is no current word on his condition. Crews were able to extinguish the fire, and the department says no one else was trapped inside and no other injuries were reported.
Okay, from this picture, what I see basically is, let's go back to the house here. Let me bring this up here. You see the house. I don't see any external. Let's see, Double J's. What's a working house? Well, I think she meant working house fire. That means the fire's in there and the firefighters are going. They're running a business. No, working house fire. That's the terminology they use. I think that's what I think she meant to say. I'm looking at the house right there, and there's no external. They're showing the house, the address, and all that, but it might have been contained. I don't know how they got entrapment. So they're a little vague. The big thing is everybody got out. There was an injury, but the person's being taken care of. And but I'm just looking at it. I'm like Monday morning quarterback sitting back here in my chair, and I just look at the picture, and the picture tells me that it was contained, and it wasn't a fully. They have the term fully involved. Fully involved would mean there would be flames coming through the roof and stuff like that. So, but that building right there, the architecture, that building was probably built during the early 50s, 60s time frame, as far as that goes, and such. Let's see. Working. What's this Double J's working house fire? Not so familiar with what that means. A working house fire. That's a terminology we use in the fire department. We have a working house fire. When we'll radio, we have a working house fire. That with the responding units, if they say there's working, meaning the firefighters are working to put out the fire. That's a quick terminology over the radio for responding. So the news media just picks that up, but that's a terminology we would use on the radio. First arriving truck, we have a working house fire. We're making entry with 3 people and hose. So they just took that terminology, because it sort of centralizes, but I'm very familiar with that working house fire because sometimes we'll show up and first arriving truck on scene, reporting no visible smoke, investigating. So that would tell the responding trucks, just if you don't see any smoke, that means that it's a small fire or that. So they don't rush as quickly, so they don't get in an accident. So it sort of gives um, a picture to the responding crews what the first arriving crew is anticipating and stuff like that. So that's what that's that as far as that goes. It's just I think I explained it there. So working house fire, that didn't look like a working house fire. Working house fire, you'd have flames coming out the windows and stuff like that. That would be a working house fire. So they probably caught it before it became really bad as far as that goes. But there was one injury, so I'm curious about how that injury happened. So okay, let's see what else we have on Fox 40. What happened here? Oh, it timed out. I do have it plugged in. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it stopped. That's why. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. The audio mod just kicked in. That's what happened. Auto mod. Let me take care of this real quick here, folks. On the Twitch side, 1, 2, 3, and you're gone. Okay. Okay, and learn something every day. The beauty of the light. Yes, exactly. Double J's. I like that. Is this to me it's like it's self-explanatory, but I can understand you asking, well, what because it's something new every day. Exactly. Okay, the Twitch broadcast says we're excellent. Okay, let's check out what else do we have in the news here. I think that's the only article I saw. Oh, Norway Crown Princess likely to undergo lung transplant. Ooh, I see that in the news. That's not good. Norway 52-year-old Crown Prince will likely need undergo a lung transplant following deterioration of her chronic lung condition. The princess announced in October 2018 that she had been diagnosed with a rare form of familial fibrosis, a disease that causes scarring of the lungs. So she's getting okay, we wish her well. The Princess of Norway. Laura probably. Well, I know Laura. Laura's a viewer that is that comes into the broadcast. He's from Norway, so he probably knows something about that as far as that goes. So, okay, let's see. That's it for Fox 40. Let's see. WEBO, the local radio station here. Canton Fire Department. Okay, this is another fire story. Let's go ahead. This is on WEBO. Let's go ahead and get the link here. This is the local radio station here in Owego, New York. And it seems like they got a grant to help them with their finances of equipment and stuff. That's Canton Fire Department's here in Tioga County. And the Canton Fire Department recently received a large grant to help buy equipment. According to the state rep, Clint Olet, the department received just over $25,000 to purchase 2 new gear washers. And what the washers do, they wash the back in the day, we never washed our bunkers, but they found, and that was like a sense of pride, the bunker coats, we would never wash those. They're finding out you need to wash them because they sit there, they just reek of disease and stuff like that firefighters get sick on. So they got 25,000 to get these heavy duty, and the fire gear is pretty heavy. It's some heavy duty bunker pants and coats, and to wash the gear. which helps ensure firefighters' equipment is cleaned properly. The grant is from the Energy Transfer through the First Responders Fund. Grants like this strengthen our fire department, improve emergency response, and enhance public safety for all who work and travel in the community, the state representative said. So that's a good thing as far as, so there's the guys receiving their check. Canton Fire Department, so an all volunteer fire department. That's in the northern part of the county here, and they're more rural than I am, folks, as far as that goes. Okay, let's see. We are back. We that's a good story there from WEBL. That's the local radio station I listen to, and they have a host of other channels. I listen to them too. So no affiliation again with WEBL. Let's see, what else do they have? Anything? No. Oh, this is a good one. Let's go to this one. This is another one. You know how villages have their ordinances and stuff, their laws and stuff? Well, this is a good one because this ordinance goes back to like maybe the 1925s, because people were allowed to have chickens. So the village of Owego is holding a new public hearing on the chicken ordinance. And the village of Owego is pressing pause on its proposed chicken ordinance. I guess they were going to change it, so they put it on pause because you're allowed so many chickens that you can have in the village. I think it's like 3 or something like that. According to the Morning Times, that's a newspaper out of Sayre, Pennsylvania, the village will hold a new public hearing about the issue in the future. During the recent meeting, residents complained about the proposed 240 square foot backyard requirement to house chickens in the village. So you have to have a minimum square footage in your backyard, which some people don't have that. The ordinance currently states that residents can have no more than one hen per 240 square yards in the backyard and not more than 20 hens, which is less. Following the complaints, Trustee Rusty Fuller recommended the board take its time with this ordinance before making their final decision. The board will hold another public meeting later. Read the proposal. We're not going to read the full proposal, but that is funny as far as it goes. Oh, they consult lawyers before village. Oh yeah, they have to. Double J's. The way the workflow process for a village or town ordinance, or a law, they have to first notify the public, then have a public hearing, and then it goes to the state for approval to put it out for a ballot. The people, if it requires a ballot, sometimes it doesn't. It just requires the board to vote on it. Then it has to go up to the state for final approval. The villages and towns don't have the final say. The state has to review that law here in New York State. So that's the flow for how they do an ordinance. So democracy. Yeah, it is. It especially on the village and town level here in New York State. And I've been on the village board before, my local village board, for a year and a half, and it's just like I thought it was going to be different. It wasn't. It just you take care of business for the community you live in. You take care of paying the bills and stuff like that. And it just wasn't my cup of tea. So I got out of it. I filled in for a person that resigned because he had a conflict of interest, and I filled the void and stuff. And it was a year and a half, so it was okay. I had fun. We paved some. I approved paving some roads here in the village. It was fun. So I that along with being part of the fire department here. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and bring that up. So that's 2 good articles from WEBO. How many enemies did you? Oh, I didn't make it. Well, I don't think I made any enemies, but nobody likes their town board or village board because they don't really get a good answer. Like this chicken ordinance. That chicken ordinance was probably originally voted on and revised back in like the 50s. Okay. It probably was, they didn't have any ordinance back in the like 1925. but somebody complained, so they had to make a restriction. I mean, here in the village, you might hear a couple of chickens or a rooster cluck or something like that, but it's rural. It's a rural community up here, so and people like their fresh eggs, I guess. Yeah, I know. Hard to please everybody. If you can sleep with your decision peacefully. Yeah, it's not no bait. I don't think that the time we don't on that level. There's not really any major decisions. And the thing is, any law that a village or it's they have to consult their lawyers. Everybody. It's just to make sure everything's copacetic and stuff like that. Okay, so that was WEBO. Let's see, WNBF. Do we have anything over there? No, not. I'm not seeing anything over there. Let's see. Let's go to channel 12. Channel 12. How are we doing on time? Let me see what the time is. Okay, we're coming up on an hour. Okay, channel 12. And just to give you an idea what the weather is like right now, this is what we're contending with right now. So that's the local weather right now. That's from WBNG, channel 12. A lot of rain clouds there, folks, in the southern tier of upstate New York. But as far as articles, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's because of the winds. We have a wind advisory, so they're a little bit high there on the wind as far as that goes. Okay, Binghamton Fire. Okay, here's a WEBO's. Okay, that was a working fire. Okay, this is the picture. That was a picture during the day. Here's a follow-up story on the Binghamton Fire Department on the fire here, folks. I found it. So let's go ahead and bring this up. Pictures 1,000 words. I could see why they said it was a working fire. Because the picture we saw, look at that. That's a smoke. See, that's the picture. That is a working fire right there. When you have smoke coming out like that and you got a ladder and stuff like that. And okay, no major downpours then. Winds will blow. Yeah, we're going to get substantial. We'll get some rain as far as that goes. But here's the fire. Let's go ahead and bring this up and start it.
In Broome County, as a man was rescued from his house after an early morning fire in Binghamton. According to the Binghamton Fire Department, crews responded to a house on Highland Avenue just before 4:20 this morning for a report of a house fire. Most people were able to get out of that house. However, one man was trapped on the second floor, but crews were able to get him out and he was taken to Wilson Hospital. No one else was trapped inside the house and there were no other injuries. The Red Cross is assisting the occupants of the house at this time.
Okay, so you can see this is the back portion, and it's a nighttime fire, early morning fire, as far as that goes. And so one person injured means smoke, probably smoke. Yeah, I would surmise that double J's. Yes, probably smoking. He was trapped up there, but it looks like the fire is in the back upper story. That's why that on Fox 40 they just had a daytime shot. This is an actual shot of the fire and stuff like that, and
trapped inside.
And let's see,
was taken.
There's a fire, and they didn't have any fire trucks in the middle, so that was a static. They didn't have a good shot. WBNG usually gets a better shot, so this is a shot from the Binghamton Fire Department as far as the fire trucks there. So that's a working fire because you have the ladder truck. They didn't extend the ladder, but if it punched through the roof, the truck on the right here, that's the ladder truck right there with a bucket that would go up and fight the fire coming through the roof or something like that. So yeah, there we go. So that's more of a clarification. And the one person more than likely smoke inhalation and stuff because there's smoke there. Okay, so that's on WBNG. I think that's it for that. Okay, anything else? We got clarification on that. So the fire, let's go to this. Officials prepare for high winds possible. When we have high winds, we have possibility of outages. So let's go to this one here too.
If you're not prepared for the gusty winds, your inflatable Santa could be taking flight and not on a sleigh pulled by reindeer. The National Weather Service's wind advisory starts in just about an hour and runs until 1 a.m. on Saturday. Binghamton's NWS's lead meteorologist advises people to be careful with trash cans and outdoor Christmas decorations, especially those inflatables.
They definitely can get damaged, especially waving in the wind as with any of those gusts. And if they're not secured properly, they will blow away. So potentially be a situation where maybe not inflate them overnight tonight and try to secure it to the ground with like bricks or something heavier to not have it whip around in the wind.
The NWS recommends you bring anything you can indoors or secure it, like you just heard. Not only could your inflatables be in jeopardy, but the power could go out too. And if lines come down, it could be dangerous if you're not careful.
Always stay 30 feet at least away from downed wires. If downed wires come in contact with your vehicle while you're out running holiday errands today and tomorrow, either stay in your car until help arrives or try to jump free of the car if you need to.
Try to prepare ahead of the storm. Charge your devices and make sure you have bottled water.
Okay, the wind advisory started yesterday and it goes through today till tonight as far as that goes. And Double J says, "Yep, remember my fire class need 3 things for fire: oxygen. Yep, take one of them out and fires." Exactly, Double J. That's the basic fire extinguishment model right there. And but high winds, that means limbs might fall, tree limbs might fall. We might have some outages and stuff like that, and the like. So let's see what else we have on. I think that's it for WBNG. And then let's see, we have Whale is the same as WNBF with their articles, Channel 34. Oh, nothing on Channel 34, WENY. Nothing really there. I'm just glancing at. Okay, we talked about. Let's see if this has a video here. Okay, yeah, this is the video. Let's. There was a person on YouTube that mentioned former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle family among 7 killed in the crash. We're going to bring this up. This happened yesterday. This is on My Twin Tiers Channel 18 News, and to give it, if you haven't heard about it, there was a plane crash yesterday in North Carolina. So let's go ahead and bring this up. It was breaking news yesterday, and here we go.
Just crashed at Lakewood. The plane just crashed at Lakewood. It's flying from this way. It was way too low. Huge explosion. God. Plane just crashed at Lakewood.
We start with breaking news from Statesville. Very scary scene there. A massive presence of first responders on the scene of a plane crash, as you just heard. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Fox 8 News at noon. I'm Madison Forsey. This is what we know at this hour. That scene is unfolding at the Statesville Regional Airport. The plane, that crash happened around 10:15. It appears it happened during the small plane's landing. Now I want to show you more video of that crash there. Massive black smoke. Now, we used documents from the FAA and NC's Secretary of State's website to find out that plane is owned by GB Aviation, a company owned by former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle. We still don't know at this hour who was on the plane, who was flying the plane, or where it was coming from. We also don't know what caused this crash. It remains under investigation. But again, a plane has crashed at the Statesville Airport. We're going to continue to follow this story and bring you the latest both on air and online.
So the plane crash that happened yesterday, I would say they were returning, and normally when an aircraft returns after just takeoff, they're experiencing some engine problems. So there's something to do with they couldn't continue the flight, so the pilot decided to come back. That's a given that I heard yesterday on the news. That's a shot way in the distance. The first shot I saw was the actual wreckage on the runway. There was an FAA person videotaping it, and it was just flames in the fuselage, and there was nothing left of the fuselage, and there was just an engine there and stuff like that. So my first glance at it is I don't think anybody got out of that, and it was just a matter of how many souls on board. That's what we when we have an in-flight emergency, we always get the how much fuel. How many souls on board, that's the passengers and pilots and stuff like that, and estimated time to return. Back when we would get that information when I was in the Air Force on an in-flight emergency on aircraft. But there were 7 souls on board that perished. So it probably was a hard hit on the runway once they touched down or something like that, they lost. It's something mechanical. It always comes back to something mechanical and stuff like that, especially if it's a return. They had just taken off, and they weren't that far into their journey as far as that goes. So that, again, our thoughts and prayers are with the remaining families as far as that goes. And okay, let's see. Penny Saver, nothing on Penny Saver. WKGB, nothing there. Nothing on KISS 104. And not really seeing anything on the Buffalo web pages there. Country 106.5. And I think it's because I there's nothing that pops out at me, folks. That's why I'm just going through here on the remaining things. So let's do sports real quick. We'll end with sports. An NBA action Wednesday. There was no Knicks, Celtics, Knicks, or Nets. Yet last night the Knicks beat the Pacers 114 to 113. Nets lost to the Heat last night 106 to 195. The Celtics did not play. Today the Knicks will be playing the 76ers. Celtics will be playing the Heat, both at 7 o'clock tonight. And Nets aren't going to be playing until, Celtics play tomorrow, the Raptors on Saturday, and I think Knicks play the Heat on Sunday, and the Nets play the Raptors. Celtics will play the Raptors on Saturday, but then they go down to Brooklyn to play the Nets. So that's basketball. NHL, just the Sabres. Wednesday night, did they play? Nope. Last night, they didn't play. Okay, so do they play today? Oh, they must have 3 days off. They're playing. They play tomorrow. The Islanders. I want to watch that game tomorrow. Buffalo Sabres and Long Island Islanders, and the Rangers play the Flyers tomorrow. That should be a good game. I don't really watch hockey that much. NFL action last night was Thursday night football, and I went to bed too soon because the Seahawks were losing. So I went to bed. I actually fell asleep. But the Seahawks, they went to overtime. They won the game 38 to 37, and I picked the Seahawks as far as that goes. The games this one, you got Eagles and Commanders. I think I picked the Eagles. Packers and Bears. I think I picked the Bears. That's the Saturday games. It's a 5 o'clock Saturday game for Eagles Commanders tomorrow, and then 8:20 game Packers and Bears for Saturday, and then Sunday at 1 o'clock Chargers and Cowboys. I picked the Chargers. Vikings and Giants. I picked the Giants. Bengals and Dolphins at 1 o'clock. I picked the Bengals. Buccaneers and Panthers. I think I picked the Bucks. Jets and Saints. I picked the Jets. Bills. This is the game I will be watching at 1 o'clock Sunday. Bills and Browns. Go Bills. I picked the Bills. Chiefs and Titans. I think I picked the Titans. I'm not sure. Let's see. Jaguars and Broncos. That's going to be a good game. That's a 4 o'clock game. I picked the Broncos on that one. Cardinals and Falcons. I picked the Falcons. Or no, I picked the Cardinals. I'm sorry. Raiders, Los Angeles Raiders and Texans. I picked the Texans on that 4 o'clock game. Steelers and Lions at 4:25 Sunday. I picked the Lions. Patriots and Ravens. I think I picked the Pats. That's an 8:20 game Sunday. And the Monday night game, 49ers and Colts. I picked the 49ers. So those are my picks. And let's see, real quick. Let's see, do we have it? Let me bring it up here. This is where we stand as far as the win-loss column. Let me go ahead and bring this up. This will end with this chart. Share that. Hide that, and we present it. And there's our win losses thus far up to week 15. You can see Ted Hicks moves up to first place over CBS with last week's 12-4. He's at 152 wins to CBS's 150. I don't think there's any catching these two. Yeah, Brian is at he had a 6-10. He didn't do too good last weekend, but he's still in the third spot, 136 wins, 87 losses. Then Michael Bathurst, he had a 10-6. He moved up a little closer, one game behind Brian at 135 and 88. Tony's still sitting at 5th place, 130. And I can't enlarge that. Oh, you can't? That's the highest I can get it to fit it in the thing there, Tina. Then I'm after Brian, which isn't saying much because I had a 7-9 last week. Tina had a 7-9. Captain Rehab, he's just moving down. After this weekend, Captain Rehab will be in last place because we did see Captain Rehab come up on the broadcast Wednesday. So things are okay. He's just very busy. Okay, people can get busy. Like I'm going to be busy here in the next couple hours, I guess, doing some stuff. And but he I guess he's not going to take part anymore. So I'm going to keep him on the list, but he's dropping down. He had a fairly good year, so picks and stuff like that. But we didn't do too good, Tina. So we're still. You're going to probably catch up with me. You're only 3 games behind me. So, well, when you get to if you can't really see this on the phone, so oh, I'm sorry. Bring up the. You really can't see it on the phone unless you pinch it. I think you can zoom in on it. You might want to wait till you get to your laptop or your PC or something like that. So, okay. So where are we sitting at? Oh, we're sitting at 1 hour. So we did pretty good. We can get this in under an hour with everything, all the benchmarks. So it just I have a busy morning this morning doing a few things here, but I did want to get in a broadcast as far as that goes. I may be broadcasting later this afternoon or even tonight. I do want to broadcast Lord of the Rings online. They have the Winter Festival going on, and I want to bring that up on the internet as far as that goes. And and Tina says yes, good, okay. So we're all done as far as that goes. So I'm going to go ahead and exit stage left and get some breakfast. But I have a busy morning this morning where I can't even do a walk. Well, I could do one later, but I'll probably want to take a nap and stuff like that. What's that? Oh, that's right. It's too cold and rainy, so I took the day. I'm taking the day off. It's been a bust this week anyway for walking. I think I only got 2 days of walking in. But the weekend's here. So for you working stiffs out there, hopefully you'll get through your day. And do you have any ending comments there, or a quick broadcast though, right?
Yeah, I mean you could go a little longer.
No, I just want to get done. I just want to relax before we get into that business we have to get into and stuff like that. So, and such. So, but
stay safe, stay warm.
Yeah,
stay dry. Stay happy.
And Tina says bye to the missus.
Bye.
Okay, Tina. Thank you, Tina.
Have a good day, all.
Yeah, have a good day, all. And I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X, where it's my mainstay for being on these social media feeds. I want to say thank you to the 2 people that are on Rumble, 1 person on Locals. Nobody's on YouTube. We did have Tony over there. 5 people on Twitch. Thank you very much, Twitch. Twitch is always good. Nobody on Facebook. 2 people on X and over on Kick, just to check on Kick. And we have a comment. Let's see. Oh, we got this guy. Hey, I checked your Kick stream. Oh, he's gonna get. Let's go ahead and ban this guy. We're gonna ban this guy. This guy's soliciting over on. I got to start banning them. Okay, he's taken care of. That's easy. It's just it's a 2-click compared to a 4-click on. We had 1 person on. We have 1 viewer over there, but this guy's. When they put up, hey, I checked out your Kick stream and really like your setup. I'm a promoter who, well, right there. As soon as I hear promoter, you get banned. I don't solicit. I don't need more help streams grow visible. I'm visible enough. I appreciate, my viewers that I have. They're the ones that are going to get the word out. Hey, you need to look at this knucklehead Fireman Rich and stuff. I don't need help. And then they put the Discord. Mind if I drop my Discord? No. That's all he wants to do is drop it. You're banned. That's the first. That's the first promoter, I guess, I banned. I just delete it, but that's going to be an automatic ban. They're starting to recognize me. I have 160 followers on Kick. For me, that's a lot, but I appreciate you, Kick, and we're glad to have you here on the Rumble and on the network of 7 channels that we have here on the Fireman Rich broadcast. We do have a network, despite what someone else might say. Though you don't have a lot of shows and whatnot. So I'm just saying. I could say I have a network of channels. CBS has a network of channels. They have stations, and that's my stations all there.
I thought you were ending this.
I know I'm ending it. Okay, she's bringing me back around to reality. All right, folks. Again, Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich on Rumble, at Fireman Rich. Just Google at Fireman Rich to see the other platforms. Spotify at Fireman Rich. Spotify at Fireman Rich. And the Facebook, the real Fireman Rich. But just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. And Double J's says bye and have a great day, weekend all. You too, Double J. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you later, my friend. Good to have you here. Good to have Tina here. And who else did we have? We had Tina, Tony from Central Jersey, Tony from Warner Robins, Georgia. And we had over on the YouTube at BF-BEEEB, who was telling us about the tragic loss of in the plane crash yesterday. So we only had a few people here this morning, and of course Double J's coming in from an undisclosed location. I like saying that, Double J's. I don't even want to know where you as far as that goes. So you all be safe. And again, Rich Roberts wishing you all well. Where am I going here? You all have a great Friday and have a weekend, and we'll be popping up here sometime doing something. So you all have a great one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again. Great show. Great show. A great show, I say. A great show. Later, alligators.